Welcome everyone to a Oscars predictions video with me, Daniel Ng. Again, it's been a while since I've done one of these, so I'm just going to make it real short and simple for you. I'm trying a different format, trying to focus on my voiceovers as I head into TIFF coverage this year for Screenfish. Anyways, let's get started with Best Picture. At number one, we have Anora. This is a film that more and more people just keep saying it's one of the best films of the year, if not the best film of the year by far. Mikey Madison's performance keeps getting hyped up to a crazy extent on Twitter. It's just something that will be in high demand at every festival, and that kind of film, for one, is definitely getting nominated for Best Picture, but unlike something like Anatomy of a Fall, it has clear critical and audience appeal across the board. It's something that I can see potentially making a little bit of money at the box office. Really, the only thing that holds it back is its more suggestive content. But I really think Sean Baker has something special here, and he's already a filmmaker that has appealed and talked about very relatable and poignant issues in America. So I think it's a film that honestly could just win Best Picture. Sing Sing is the kind of film I've envisioned winning over crowds of people since I saw the world premiere at TIFF, but its biggest weakness is that it hasn't been seen by crowds of people yet, with the release being very slow and kept to certain regions. It's an important film that should be seen by everyone, and A24 believes in this. They've even launched a pay it forward program where people can buy tickets to Sing Sing that will then be given away for free. Maybe this will work out in the long term, but it does feel like the time for this film to have its big national moment is fading. Doom Part 2 will likely be the most acclaimed and successful blockbuster by the end of the year, with films like Joker 2 and Gladiator 2 trying to take its Best Picture nomination, but will likely fail. It's a film I think is firmly in for Best Picture, but despite a 4.5 on Letterboxd, likely it won't get close to winning Best Picture. Queer is a film that I think simply needs critical acclaim to land a Best Picture nomination, and with a likely nomination for Screenplay, Best Actor for Daniel Craig, as well as Director, Picture seems like the only logical conclusion. Saturday Night is the film that I think has the most buzz to win the People's Choice Award at TIFF. It's already won test audiences over with its humor, and as a film about actors and writers, I expect it to be wholly relatable to the actors and writers in the Academy, making it a strong contender. The Nickel Boys is another film I expect to be important and acclaimed. The choice of its festival shows it may be a tough film to watch, but one that has unique and stunning visual choices. I expect it to mix a lot of devastating imagery with beautiful images of the people who were the victims of that devastation, a formula that often leads to awards buzz. The Piano Lesson seems to have a similar approach, except it looks to finally take an August Wilson film and try to expand its horizons. I think it's leaning more towards the work the Coen brothers did on Macbeth than what we've seen from previous August Wilson films like Fences and Ma Rainey. Those films would have been both nominated if there were 10 slots in Best Picture as there is now, so this should have fruitful results. Blitz is a film with mixed anticipation as it chose to forego Venice or TIFF, which is where it would have the best chance to win the Golden Lion or the People's Choice Awards. Either would have put it in winning contention, but it's a film made for London, and it could have exceedingly great reviews anyways. It is Steve McQueen, and he has never made weak work. Him working in Oscar-type material has only led to a Best Picture win, so at the moment, there's not too much reason to doubt it. Gladiator 2 is the film that many people don't have on their Best Picture list. I am choosing to believe the hype people, including director Ridley Scott, have given the film. It has amazing actors. It will be nominated for Tex. All that's needed is a good box office run and some critical acclaim, and this is probably Ridley's best chance in a long time to do that with a film. A Complete Unknown is a film where not much is known about its quality. With No Fall Fests, it will have to make a splash at Christmas, but being one of the only films to be doing that may work in its favor. Timothée Chalamet should certainly bring it attention, and James Mangold has made Oscar films like this before. Searchlight also rarely misses, so I expect this to be in for Best Picture at the end of the day. Conclave feels like a film that got rejected by Venice. It also feels like the follow-up from a director who makes a surprise Best Picture nominee and gets a lot of hype, but the next film doesn't work out. Emilia Ferrez really feels like a film that is trying to reach an audience it simply doesn't appeal to. Maybe there's something in this film I'm missing. I'll find out at TIFF, but it feels like a film for a niche audience. The Brutalist is the rare film that I'm almost rooting for it to not get a 90 plus on Metacritic. Of course, I want every film to be good, but I feel like if it got a 90 on Metacritic, it wouldn't be deserved. There's an artificial hype around it, in my opinion, for it being 3.5 hours and in 70mm, but maybe we'll find that's unfounded. Joker, Folle Adieu, I didn't think was going to be very good to begin with, and now that Joaquin Phoenix is despised by the industry, I think Lady Gaga's Oscar vehicle has been crashed by the driver. Night Bitch could be beloved by a large audience, but I could see the film either being a critical disappointment or just not destined for the Oscars. The Seed of the Sacred Fig simply may never reach a large audience, and at TIFF I could see the response being less enthusiastic, as it may be seen as an important film, but perhaps not a beloved one. The Room Next Door would need to be met with large critical acclaim, and for an international auteur's first foray into English filmmaking, I think it would be need to met with spectacular reviews, and I don't believe it will be.